Hello, comic book guys and gals, and welcome to Comic Mag Musings Live. This fellow is your host, Bill Miller. All right, so we have a little show planned for you today. I'm going to show off a couple of comic book related action figures, knickknacks, figurines, what have you. We'll do a haul of some 60, not 50, but 60-cent books that I picked up a little ways back. And we will do an unboxing of what I think are some graded and raw comic books. I'm not positive. They're a mystery to me, so we will find out together. That's right, Sly. This is Star Trek all the time. How are you, sir? Good to see you. So first, 1 second here, we will get cracking. Jackson, thanks for stopping in, sir. Comic Man, how are you? Appreciate you dropping by. So first, some more toys that I've never shown, may not get a chance to show. What's going on, Brandon? Maddie, good to see you. Not a bad idea. Dave, how are you, sir? Ahoy, Cat. So we have Funko Force Wolverine. I'm showing these guys because I need to clear some serious room. So I'm selling them, and I've never shown them before, so I figured before they sell, I'll get a chance to show them off at least in a video. So I'm not the biggest Wolverine fan, but I don't know, when did I pick this up? 2009, so it's been stuck in a closet for about 12 years, I guess. Almost all this stuff was just in a closet, so never really able to display them or anything. Superior Hero Reviews, how are you? Good to see you. This is Babe Ruth. This is Cooperstown Collection. The Sultan of SWAT, they call him. And who else is in this? Mickey Mantle, Jackie Robinson, Carlton Fisk, Roberto Clemente, Nolan Ryan, and Don Mattingly in Series 3. That's a trip. It's got like a little serial number stamped right there under the box. What's going on, Gray Man? Only to get you out of there, Captain. What else do we have here? We've got Superhero Squad, King Hulk, and Black Bolt. Again, cool enough, but you can do it. Don't display it. And I just need to clear some room. How are you, Andy? Good to see you, sir. Appreciate you stopping in. We've got a Tactics Battle Figure Game, Ghost Rider Starter Set. So this was apparently oh yeah, I remember this. So once upon a time, many, many moons ago, how long ago was that? Maybe 12 years ago. 2006. A long time ago. I took a class at a community college for comic book writing. It was pretty cool. And the class culminated in you writing an issue from either a Marvel with either a Marvel or a DC character. But at any rate, the teacher of the comic book class was very much into hero clicks, I think they're called, which I think that this is like that, where you can change the dial to a certain power level or something like that. And it's like a pseudo board / figure game. I remember on the last day of class, he and several of the students played a rousing game of hero clicks. And I just observed because it wasn't anything that I was particularly familiar with. We have Ghost Rider Mighty Mugs. What other Mighty Mugs are on the back? Doc Ock, Black Suit Spidey, Thor, Cap, and Hulk. What is this thing from? (2007). Now these I did open. Marvel Bronze Age trading cards. As I've mentioned before, I spent many years collecting trading cards, mainly sports cards, but I have a lot of comic book related cards too. And this is the base card from this set. Bronze Age, 1972. And on the back, we've got a sample issue from the run of Avengers with a synopsis of the story in the issue and some trivia. In this issue, which is Avengers 100 from June of 1972, in this issue, all of the past and present Avengers up to this point in history joined together to help defeat Ares. Yeah, I mean, I think I just saw it played that one time. It felt like it was more a combination of superheroes and like Magic the Gathering. It seemed like it was more like that. So let's see if we have any like inserts. And so inserts are like subsets that are usually seated at various ratios per pack or per box or per case. And they're typically worth more money. They're also called chase sets because people will buy a lot of product conceivably to complete those insert sets. Oh, here's one, right? So this is a sketch card. Sketch cards are big in comic book trading cards. So this doesn't say who the artist is. Usually you can look them up online and it will tell you who the artists were that were commissioned for sketch cards for that particular series within that set. I didn't do that. Davey Carr, how are you? Donkey Kong's a great one. Dragon's Lair, I don't recall that. Hey, Sean, how are you, sir? Good to see you. Big Bad Timmy in the house. How are you, sir? Raul, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Got some black and white ones because they're representative of the black and white magazines. But I don't see a whole lot of inserts. Here's one. Can't tell if that's like a, no, it's not a sticker. It's just glossy card front. And then usually also, so if you have a base card, right, because there are checklists for every one of those. It's going to have a card number, so you can look it up. It's a reference number. Where's Flutterby? I didn't see her join. But regardless, welcome Flutterby 989. And usually, you see in the corner there, the inserts will have their own numbering scheme. And it'll usually be a letter or two prior to a number. And the letters will usually be short for whatever the name of the insert is. I don't know what the name of this insert is. So I can't tell you that. But like if it's, let's say classic covers, it would probably be like CC and then whatever the number is. Ah, there you go. Right on. See, on the computer, it's very slow to show up with the chat. And this is like a puzzle. So there are so many of these cards that form some big image. Looks like the Legion of Monsters or something. And there's another one on the back, Master Kung Fu. So what I would usually do though, which I didn't do with this one, I guess I wanted to open them all up. I would get a lot of cards. So I'd get a box of cards and I'd usually take like 20 or 30% and not open them, just leave them in the packs. Theoretically, so at some point in 10, 20 years down the road, I could go in and open those packs as well. And I would do that with the comic book ones as well, but I didn't with this particular box. Maybe because it was so small. There just weren't a lot of packs to begin with. There's another one of those, like the Thing one, but with Thor. Like I said, the inserts are few and far between in this. There we go. What's this one called? So there's Black Cat. It's a gold foil. And the number is E4. So I don't know what the E stands for. Emerald maybe, or I mean that looks to be a diamond or diamonds on there. So I'm not sure what the E stands for. I think. And that is it on these. So those are Marvel Bronze Age trading cards. All right, those are just a couple items. Another thank you, ma'am. I appreciate that. Maybe Emerald. I mean, that's what I was thinking. But Emerald, typically, when you see like when you see a representation of an emerald, it's usually like a square cut type thing, and that solitaire is usually indicative of a diamond. So that's what kind of puzzles me. Thank you, sir. Can't stress the much part of that statement quite enough. Much, 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 all with exclamation marks, better half. We need a new video too, Flutterby 989. It's been forever and a day since you made one. All right, so next I'll show some 60-cent comics that I picked up. I've spoken about this once before, maybe a month or so ago. I got these a few months ago. Most of the rest of them that I picked up I'll show in some haul videos. But once upon a time, like a year ago or so, I got a call from someone saying, hey, I got a bunch of comic books, like over 2,000 comic books that I got from an estate, a couple of state auctions. And they're mainly 80s, but no one's gone through them if you want to take a look at them. You have indeed been slacking. And this rascal has started producing videos on a regular basis. Although I don't recall seeing the Saturday drawing yesterday. So either that's late or you didn't do one this week. Yeah, exactly. So he said, no one's gone through these yet. And Phoenix is a really big city, right? Both population-wise and area-wise. Just Arizona in particular is a big state. 6th largest, just behind New Mexico. And so technically he's in the Phoenix area, but it's 45 minutes away one way. So I'm looking at an hour and a half, right? So I said, okay, I'll come take a look. I go there and everything had been picked over. You'd have like X Factor 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, things like that. Mastodon, how are you? Appreciate you stopping in. I don't know if I've noticed. Did you just change that recently? I don't know that I noticed it ever said comics and music before. Is that relatively new? And so I was pretty disappointed, right? I had driven all that way. Just on principle, I was just going to turn around and head out. And I probably should have, because I hate feeling like I've invested into something. And so that makes me more apt to settle than I would have initially. I'm usually mindful of doing something like that, but in this case, for whatever reason, I didn't. And I might have picked up 60, 70 books or something like that. And I said, I'll give you 50 cents a book. You know, I'm not gonna pay any more because these were all picked over. So he said, fine. So I did that. And then it must have been like 8 or 9 months later, he called me up and said, hey, hey, you remember me? I got some more books. And he's an older cat, originally from Jersey. Big James, how are you, sir? Good to see you. Speaking of New Mexico, see, I said New Mexico, and magically James popped into the chat. It's amazing how that happens. So like 7, 8, 9 months later, he called me up and said, I got some more comics in, like 2,000 of them. They're all newer, like around 2,000 on up. And so I thought about it. I said, yeah, let me get back to you. This was during the middle of the week. And he said, no one's gone through these yet. So I said, thinking to myself, first of all, that wasn't the case last time when he told me that. Second of all, I got to pack a lunch just to get there and back. And third of all, you know, modern isn't necessarily my strength. And I'm not the type, well, if I'm in that situation and someone's sitting right there I'm buying from, I'm not going to pull out my phone and go on key collector or something like that. I just think that's bad form, not something I would do, right? So it needs to be in here. And so for whatever reason, I said, what the hell? I'll do it. No such luck. Matter of fact, if you say it 3 times with the lights off, I'll appear. So I went there, and in this particular case, he was right. No one had gone through these. Now, none of them were bagged and boarded, and he had rubber bands around each of them is stacked. So first thing I did was take off all those rubber bands. But I must have spent a couple hours there, and I got maybe a couple hundred books. Nothing great. And obviously I know all the big keys, but minor keys for modern books, I'm not totally up on all those. So I was just kind of using what I thought was some common sense. And like I said, I'll put out some of the better books in some videos, but these were some cool ones that I got that were okay. And so that's the setup. So then we have Swamp Thing Annual #1, New 52 from 2012. Yannick Paquette with a cover art. Let's move these up here. We've got, I don't know what this is. The Return, Civil War, The Return #1. This is the A cover from 2007 with art by Tom Raimi on the inside. I know you do, Matt. That's why I set that baby up for you. That's true. Yes, I'm a Star Trek hound. That's for certain. We have Infinity #1. This is the second printing, the H cover, if you can believe it, from 2013. And the cover art's by Jim Chung. So like on things like this, I didn't know anything about this run, so I just said, let me grab the #1. So I grabbed a lot of #1s for things that either I didn't know much about or I knew weren't worth much. Sword and Sorcery featuring Amethyst #1. 2012, Aaron Lopresti with the cover art. Tim's misbehaving. We got Cyberforce #1, Mark Silvestri from 2012. And so I'm sure I left some decent books there, but I know I didn't leave any big books there. Red Hood and the Outlaws #1. Shout out to Simon. First team appearance of the Outlaws, Red Hood, Arsenal, and Starfire. It's from 2011. Dark Knights Metal #6. From 2018, Greg Capullo cover. This is the first cameo of Caden Park. And for the most part, all the books were in, as Grayman would say, good nick. They were in pretty good shape. I think I got those rubber bands off of them quickly enough, and he didn't tightly put the rubber bands on them, but I can't believe he did that. But some of them did get zapped. Dark Knights Metal #3. Greg Capullo with the cover art and the interior art. See, here's an example. There we go. See those bends? And this is the type of material. And it's not a big book, so it's not something that would ever get pressed anyways. But this type of material on a big book would be really tough, I would think. to press out any of those bends, even if they're not color breaking. That's just that cardboard type material. But fortunately, this is like the exception rather than the rule. Dark Knight's Metal number 2. Capullo cover, second cameo of the Dark Multiverse Batman, and the first appearance of baby Darkseid. Goo Nick? Oh, like Good Nick? So it's not Good Nick? Okay, I always thought it was like these are in Good Nick. So I misunderstand that. So it's Good Nick. Goo Nick. And Dark Knight's Metal number 1. 2017. Again, Greg Capullo with the cover art. So those were some 60-cent pickups. Yeah, so anyways, I picked them up and I wanted to do 50 cents again for each of the books that I got, but he wasn't having that. And so I didn't negotiate per book. I negotiated total. And I got, I think, just over 200 books. And it worked out to a little bit under 60 cents a book. So I got these ones for more than the last one, but they were better quality. Oh, okay. It is good. 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 It is Good Nick. All right. Fair enough. Yes. All right. So we are doing an unboxing of this guy. So as always, despite what Matt says, I've got my box cutter made for right-handers. And let's dig into this. Now, I could have all this done and prepared beforehand, but the Jackson Roy Kirk would never let me live it down. His favorite part of the comic book unboxings is the actual unboxing itself. And it wouldn't be fair of me to cheat him of one of the very few highlights that he has to look forward to in life. All right, that's a trip. I don't think I've ever seen that. Has anyone ever seen that type of packing material before? That's wild. I bet you have. Exactly. What was that? Was that the name of the store in The Simpsons that Flanders had? The Leptatorium? Oh, don't pretend. Don't pretend. You know you love it. Wow, that is wild. But hey, whatever works, right? Huh. Oh, you know what? So, false advertising. These aren't slabbies and raw books. I think these are just raw books. So, inside that, and they're inside a plastic bag. All right, let's see what the deuce we got here. All right. You might be right. What's a blue bumper? Is that one of those street terms that you kids use, Tim? Is that like a what meth is called now or something? Blue bumper. I know you got your ear to the street. Yes, very odd. I've never seen that before. So they just took boxes, right? And clearly they have some type of tool that they use to, make these striations in it, and that's pretty cool, I guess. Serve as packing material when they have a big box with not a lot of product to take up the box, I guess. So it's interesting. All right, so we got some beat up comics / magazines. Oh yeah, it did. It does kind of look like a small bumper. All right, we've got the Astonishing Spider-Man number 18. Well, it's Marvel Treasury Edition number 18. There's the back. That's your cover, I think the kids call it. Watch a couple of My Little Pony shows. Tim's got it fired up already. He's like, I'm going to start watching without you girls if you don't get in here. So pretty cool. Puzzle fun. So not in the best shape, but complete. Doesn't look to be written in or anything. You know how those pesky kids can be. That's cool. Photo album on the back. This is from, gosh, I think, isn't this from that movie that didn't Genome or, no, I think Grader's Notes did, they graded a Spider-Man movie. It was like a made-for-TV movie or something. I think that these stills are from that movie. Not positive, but I think so. Help me out if anybody remembers. All right, so let's see. Yeah, so some of them are worth a little bit, but yeah, they're not worth a tremendous amount. Number one, because people don't like storing them. And it's because it's not necessarily because they're bigger in size, that's what everyone says, but it's because it's harder to find supplies for them. So I have bags and boards, but they're not as easy as finding regular bags and boards. And I finally tracked down like a Time magazine size storage box, but it was work to do that. I saw it on After Comics, one of his videos, where he said, hey, you can go here to get boxes for treasuries. But the real reason, the biggest reason, is because they're not graded. So if any of the companies ever started grading treasuries, you would definitely see a spike in prices. What do we got? Wizard Guide from, so this was a lot that I bought many months ago for a couple different books, and everything else kind of came with it. So when is this from? January of 1995. Let's see top 10 comics from 1995. Did he really post 3? I saw 1. I haven't seen it yet. I'll have to check those out. Yes, Alan is, his collection is mind-boggling. And the stories he tells are worth the price of admission alone. So let's see what the top 10 comics were in 1995. Page 212. All right. Number 10, Shy, number 2. Number 9 is Wonder Woman, number 88. And she's hanging out with the mullet Superman. Number 8 is Flash, number 92. Number 7 is Zorro, number 3. Number 6 is Vengeance of Vampirella, number 1. Number 5 is Generation X, number 1. Number 4 is Gen 13, number 2. Number 3 is Lady Death, number 1. Wow. Number 2 is Shy, number 1. I'm assuming it's pronounced Shy, S-H-I. And number 1 is Gen 13, number 1. Boy, oh boy. Talk about the 90s, huh? That is fantastic. So out of these, what do I have? I have the Vengeance of Vampy, number 1. I might have that Generation X, number 1. I don't think I have any of the other ones. Possibly Lady Death, number 1. I don't know. But yeah, so those were the top 10 books in January of 1995, according to Wizard Magazine. That's pretty awesome. All right, what else? What other goodies do we have in here? Boy, some of these are beat to hell. We've got Conan the Barbarian, number 97. A nearly coverless, well, a detached, almost detached cover. Detached at one, yeah, it's detached. What number is this? Number 13. Oh boy, that's beat to hell. Let's see. So let me take a minute here. Yes. He is a completionist, talking about After Comics, to the nth degree. I mean, not only would he get something like some sort of, let's say, Marvel tattoos, stickers, Marvel stickers, let's say. He would also get ones in the packs that have been unopened, and he'd get the box, the retail box that they came in. His collection is incredible. One of the best on YouTube that I've seen. You know, maybe like a Kirby Lee Ditko would be better, but he's right up there. Oh, yes, I did see that one. Yeah, that was a great one. And yeah, that's an example, right? He had some that were still in the package, some out of the package, and the retail box or the display box that they would come in. Incredible. Don't tell anyone, James. Huh. Okay, I didn't know that. Could be. It could be 10 books that they were trying to push. Yeah, I mean, I know there were a couple cool books from the 90s, but for the most part, that's just, especially Marvel 90s, that's not my style. And I know that a lot of people in the community love that. That's what they grew up with. Totally get it. Respect that. Just not my bailiwick, if you will. Yeah, 6 million the model annuals. Wow. Correct. Although he does have again, we're talking about Apple Comics. He does have nearly all of the Atlas Seaboard. I think he's missing one romance magazine, which is very pricey. Yes, he does have lots of posters. All right, what else do we got here? Conan number 34. And like I said, these are all beat the heck. Low to mid-grade on the top end. Bailey Wick, smart guy. We've got a beat-up Savage Sword number 6 with an ad appealing directly to the Jackson Roy Kirk. I will send that coupon in on your behalf, sir. What else do we have? Oh my goodness, finally, we've got Easy Pops, where you can learn to play the piano. Now these, I got this cheap, and these were the reasons I got for the Treasury. So this is the Marvel Treasury Edition Defenders. This one is number 16. So again, see that standing up there? Not in the best of condition, but no big rips or tears, and complete inside. And I just wanted to have them to read, so pretty cool. There's a Defenders cover gallery on the back page there. Here we've got Marvel Treasury number 4 with Conan the Barbarian. I've already got this in nicer shape, so this will be a reading copy. Yes, of course, Conan's, Andy. You know we can't go through a haul without something related to Conan. Joe Pesciani. Yeah, it does kind of look like him, doesn't it? You talking to me? Yeah. I think you might be onto something, James. Yeah, I've seen a few of Strange Life's videos, Orloff's as well. So yes, Conan the Barbarian. Well, this is Treasury Edition number 4. What other goodies do we have in here? We got Conan number 50. And unless I tell you otherwise, you can assume it's beat up. $55. Man, check that out. Someone was pissed off at these books. That's right. You better believe it. She just rings the little triangle and I come zooming back. Number 58. The boss Evil Knievel stuff on the back. Crom cares not of our mortal affairs, sir. 62. These are all throw-in anyways. I was after the treasuries. 69. 70. 74. Now, it'd be sweet if there were a Sonia or two in here, but no, it doesn't go that early, I don't think. 75, 23 or 24. Man, these things are mangled. 80. Exactly. What, 58? Ah, yeah, it is. Bailiff, right? 82. A Beta Hell Savage Sword 35. This one, no, this one's still beat up. It's got some chunks missing. This is 34. And a monster spine roll. What else we got? 41. Um, 43. This one's in halfway decent shape, although it's got staining on the back. Not this guy, I can assure you. What's this? Annual number 2. Beat to Hell. With some great Jack Davis art on the back. Number 27. Number 28. And lastly, wow, a seriously thrashed 29. What's going on, Gary? Good to see you. See, as soon as I started pulling out some of these Conans, he just popped into the chat. For readers, I'd say, for the most part, that's true. But, I mean, I guess. As long as you can read it without making confetti. So, yeah, those would be readers. But those are all bonus. I wanted those treasuries, and so that's why I got it. With shipping, I paid $12. And so I didn't really care about the magazines or the comics. I knew they were all in bad shape. I knew the treasuries weren't in great shape, but I knew they were complete. That's what I was concerned about. So that is it. Exactly. Exactly. Press those out. I'll show the as a quick recap. I'll show the treasuries again. So we got Marvel Treasury Edition number 18. Morbius chilling on the back end. Number 16 with the Defenders. Someone did not like. Nice. Oh, I'm sorry, Silver Surfer. Yeah. But that's the back. we've got number 4. That is the back of number 4. And that is that. That's it, you rascals. Comic book aesthete. Thank you, sir. Yes, I'm looking forward to reading that, rascal. Yeah. All of these Conans you've seen will all be featured in a companion video series I'm doing with Matt on his channel. Matt Woods will press all of these, submit them to CGC at his expense, and then I'll make a video to do a reveal of each one. So Matt, thank you. I appreciate that. These will be in the mail to you shortly, sir. The good pressing. He's going to take this from a 0.5 to perhaps a 9.0. So again, thank you, Matt. Look who's smiling now. Matt is smiling. All right. Thanks, everybody. I appreciate it. Hello, Gino. I hope everyone has a great day. If you're watching the rewind, I appreciate that. I will be dropping, just because Jackson demanded it, I will be dropping a Wednesday video this week. Actually, I'm doing it to try to clear some room, move some things around, because I did a top 50 raw books in my collection video with that crazy tag that all the kids are sending around now. I figured it'd be fun to do that and be a little bit easier than doing a graded one. So that should be coming in a couple weeks, but I had to move some things around and move some videos up. So I will have 3 videos this week. Thank you, Andy. I appreciate that. And later on, maybe I'll do like a top 100 graded books. I'll do it in 2 videos, like a 100 through 51 and 50 through 1 or something like that. But that'd be a little bit more work for me, and I'm pretty lazy. So appreciate everyone. Hope you have a wonderful week, and I will catch you later. Always remember, this is news and gets on me for not doing this during live streams. We're taking over the world, one comic book at a time.